Yeah, trigonometry, right. Yeah, no, trigonometry. So in trigonometry, before I start this trigonometry, there are few things I want to discuss. Okay, first of all, there is something known as array. What is array? I mean, you should know the definition. It is not that important to this topic, but you should know what is array. Array is from this point, from a specific point, from a fixed point, you start a line, and that line keeps on going. And that line keeps on going. That is a ray. When you attach two rays with each other from the same fixed point, when you attach the two rays from the same fixed point, so my fixed point is the same, this fixed point is the same, and I'm attaching two of my rays. In this case, they form something known as angle. They form something known as angle. And the angle which they form, if I go counterclockwise, remember clock goes like this, from here it's 12, then it goes like this, but I want to go counterclockwise, so I need to go opposite. So if I go like this, opposite, it will give me a positive angle. But if my angle will be positive. If I go clockwise, so if I go like this, it will be positive because I'm going counterclockwise. But if I go clockwise, it will be negative. So if I say I'm going like this,
Some people can't hear you.
you cannot hear. Some cannot hear me, or no one can hear me.
Some people can't hear
Some
you.
people can't.
Oh wow. Maybe you guys want to join in again.
Yeah, they may
Yeah,
have to reset their.
yeah. Everybody else is hearing it properly, or is it still lagging behind or something?
No, I can hear you perfectly.
Perfectly okay. Shara, are you here?
Yes, it's good now.
Okay, it's good now. Okay, perfect. So, what we were talking about is we were talking about angles. Okay, so first of all, there is a line. Let's just talk about this line. There is a specific form of line which is known as ray. What's a ray is it starts from a specific point. This point is fixed and it can go on forever. First point is fixed, but it goes on forever. So that this is a specific kind of line which is known as ray. When I attach two lines from the same fixed point, when I attach two rays from a same fixed point, they form something known as angle. In the middle, this thing is known as angle. But this angle could be positive or negative. If we go in counterclockwise, if I go in counterclockwise, it gives me positive. But if I go like from, this is my starting point, I start from here and I go and I reach here, I'm going like this. it will be negative because I'm going clockwise. Anti-clockwise it gives me positive, and clockwise it will give me, clockwise it will give me negative. We will understand these things, don't worry. So usually, so if this is my ray, okay, suppose this thing is my something like this, okay, this thing is usually denoted by something known as theta. Theta. It's just a notation. It's a specific mathematical notation known as theta. Okay, there are different notations also. They can alpha, beta, gamma. I'm not going to teach you that because this book specifically talks about theta. If they talk about, I'll teach you then. So now let's see here. Okay. Now we're going to talk about something known as degrees. Degrees. Okay. You can write here. It's like one complete revolution is equal to 360 degrees. So if I'm here, this is my starting point. This is my starting point here. No, now I'm gonna go counterclockwise only because I want positive. I go, start from here, I go like this, and I come back to the same point. I come back to the same line. This is 360 degrees. Note I'm going counterclockwise. So one complete revolution is 360 degrees. Okay. If this whole is 360 degree, I say I just want to go halfway. So I start from here, I go here, and I reach this point. Can anyone tell me what point I'm here? What's this point here? How much?
180.
180. Exactly, half of 360. If this whole thing is 360 and I'm just going halfway, I'm reaching 180 degree. This is also known as straight angle or half revolution. Okay. What if I go half of this also? So I go now half of what I got half before. So if I reach this point here, can anyone tell me how much angle is here?
90.
90, half of 180, which is 90. So half of 360, first I know this whole thing is 360. If I go half of this thing, it will be 180. And if I go half of 180, it will be 90. What if I go little bit more? I go a little bit more in the middle point between. So if I have something like this, so remember here, so this is my starting point. I go here, I cross here, and I reach here. What is this angle? Anyone who can tell me? So this thing, what I'm doing is, I'm definitely going till 180, okay, straight. And after that straight line here, I'm again going halfway between 360 and 180. What's halfway between 360 and 180? Halfway.
70.
270. How did you count it? If you guys don't know how I found this is, so I'm saying I want something, so this is my 180, okay. And this is my 360. I want to come halfway between these two, in the middle here. I need to find that. See here on the top, if I had to find, it was 90, right? Half of 180 was 90. So if I add at the bottom 90 to 180, I will get this thing, 270. So if I have to combine all these together, here, and suppose, so here, if I go this much, just this much, it gives me 90. If I go this much, it gives me 180. From here, if I go all the way here, it gives me 270. And complete gives you 360. Remember this. Very important here. Rather than making arrows also, from now on you can remember like this. So this thing is, okay, this is 0 also because you started from this also. It is 0, then 90, then 180, then 270, and this is 360 also. 360. That's how you can remember. So the first 4 things you have learned already. 0, 90, 180, 270, 360. You keep on adding 90. So from if a 0 you add 90, you get here. From 90 you get this thing. Again add 90, again add 90. You will reach here. 360. Any problem with this thing, anyone? Okay. So now, okay, so you know these things. So far what we did is, we are here. So we drew this thing here. We drew this thing here. And you said this is 0. Okay. This is 90. This is 180 degrees. On the middle, on the top, if you put that 0 symbol, that means degrees. They're talking about degrees. And you said this is 270 degrees, and this is 360 degrees. You said this. Okay. Now they want you to draw is, the question says draw 45 degrees. Okay. Eduardo?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to draw 45. Do you know where would be 45?
Yes, 45 will be exactly in between 90 and 0.
Exactly. It is exactly in the middle of 0 and 90.
Yes, because if you divide 90 by 2, it would be 45.
Exactly. If you divide 90 by 2, you'll get 45. So somewhere in the middle here. Somewhere in the middle here. If I draw this line in just exactly in the middle, my line will pass exactly in the middle between 0 and 90, and this angle counterclockwise, again repeat, counterclockwise will be 45 degrees. Perfect. I say next I want to draw is negative 90 degrees. Karen? Is Karen here?
Yes.
Yeah, Karen. So I want to draw negative 90. What does a negative sign mean?
Is to
Negative means I'm going clockwise. Positive means I'm going counterclockwise, like I was going in this direction. Negative means I have to go now this direction. When this direction I go negative, where will I reach?
to 270.
Yes, exactly. From here, if I go, since it is negative, I need to go clockwise. And I just need to go 90 here. So I reach here is negative 90 degrees. So 270 is basically negative 90 also. Any questions, anyone so far? Okay. Next thing, let's draw 225 degrees. 225 was it's not here. Shaira?
Yes.
Okay, 225. Where do you think it's 225? Is it between 0 and 90?
You're between 180 and 270.
180 and 270. Is it exactly in the middle of 180 and 270 or somewhere else?
Since it is, I believe, negative 45, or not negative 45, like, yeah, 45.
So yeah, if 180 you add 45, what do you get?
225.
So yeah, exactly. So that means exactly in the middle of these two will be my. So if here, from here, this is my starting point. If I go till all the way till here, it will give me 225 degrees. 225 is exactly in the middle between 180 and 270. How can you find that? You'll be like, I don't know how to find this 225. How do you find the middle point of something is add the first point, add the second point, divided by 2. So how do you find is midpoint? How do you find is first point plus second point divided by 2. So if I have to find the midpoint of 180 and 270, I'll add 180, 270 divided by 2, which will give me 225. That's how you find the middle point, for people who don't know. Now I need to draw is 405. Samantha?
Yes.
Okay, I
Okay.
need to draw 405. Where is 405?
It would be complete revolution,
Okay, complete revolution, obviously, because it's 360, right?
and then it would be wait. Okay.
What is 360 minus 405?
4 or 5. It would be 30. 30 degree. Wait, no.
So let's see, 405
25 degrees.
45, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first we take whole complete, so we have to take whole because it's 360. We are definitely taking this whole, and after this whole we are again going 45. This whole complete circle gives me 405 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Any questions, anyone so far? This is very important. You should know how to figure out where is which angle. If anyone wants me to explain any part, I can do it. Any problem with this thing? Everyone got it?
Can you explain complete revolution?
Okay. So let's see here. So basically we were talking about 405. So complete revolution is basically starting from this point and going and all the way till here. Okay, this gives me always 360. I know it always gives me 360 degrees. But now I had to find 405. I know for 405, I know I'm definitely going 360. But I need to go a little bit more than 360. How much more? So we subtract from 405, we subtract 360 and see how much more we have to go. Let's do. Subtract 10, then, okay, yeah, 10, you get 5, 45 degrees. So after this 360, you have to go 45, a little bit more, so to get 405. So from here, this point I reached, right? And I go a little bit more till 45 degrees I reach here. So complete this revolution, starting from this, going all the way here, and then coming back and reaching this point is 405 degrees. Are you getting my point?
Yes, I understood like the 45 and stuff, but like to draw it on the graph, I have to put it like that.
Yeah. You start from the starting point and go all the way, circle, and draw the arrow like that.
Okay.
This arrow means you're going counterclockwise.
Mm.
Next thing we are going to talk about is something known as, so right now what we were talking about is degrees. So this angle which was formed, we were measuring in degrees. But we can measure this angle in something else known as radians. Again repeat. Usually what we were doing is we were measuring this angle which was formed in degrees, but we can measure it in some other unit also, which is known as radians. Now I'm just going to talk about radians. So one complete revolution. So you start from this point, you go and come back all the way here. It is actually equal to 2 pi. This is known in radians. Now I'm measuring my angle in radians. So if I say here, this is my angle, this is my, coordinate plane. okay, and I start from this point. I go all the way and come back here. Start from here and reach here again to the starting point from where I started. It's gonna give me 2 pi. It's gonna give me 2 pi. Okay. Next thing is, okay, if I say half of this revolution, anyone who can tell me what's the half of this revolution?
1 pi?
Yes, exactly. So you divide that thing with 2. So half of this thing is, I'm just starting from here, I'm reaching halfway here, till here only. Rather than taking the full revolution, I'm just going till the halfway. I reach this point, which will be just pi. How did you get this? Divide this whole thing by 2, you get pi. And what is a half of this? So basically 1/4 of a revolution, just reaching till here.
0.5 pi?
Yeah, point. So basically I'm going 1/4 only, till 1/4 position only. So it becomes what is? So I need 1/4 revolution. How do you do it is, divide 2 pi by, so here you got pi. 2 pi by 4, what do you get? Is pi by 2. Usually we don't
got a
write it, yeah, we don't write in decimals. So if you have something like this, and I say you have to go till here only, so this becomes pi by 2. Yes, anyone had question? Yes.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if you have to find like a specific angle in radians? So like for example, it's not really the standard like the
Yeah.
0, 45, 90. No, we have to find an angle that's like say like 60 degrees or something like that.
Yes, we will be doing that.
70.
After this, exactly, we'll be doing that. Yeah. First, I just wanted to talk about the standard ones. Then after that, we'll talk about that thing. Yeah. So if I say, okay, I said 1 revolution was this thing, half revolution was this, 1/4 is this much. Now I want to go 3/4. So it divided into 4. I'm saying 3/4. 1, 2, 3. I want to reach this part here. So now I want to start here and I want to go 3/4 of a revolution. So 3/4 revolution. So basically find 3/4 of 2 pi. 3/4 of 2 pi, you will get what? 3/4 times 2 pi.
3 pi over 2.
Yeah, you get 3 pi over 2. Perfect. So this angle will be 3 pi over 2. So now we know in standard, and we also know in degrees and in radians. We know what are the angles for this, and this. I'm gonna combine it and I'm gonna write it here. Just a second, guys. Let me turn off this. It's better now. Yeah. So I'm gonna combine this now right now. So you have this line we got, okay. First of all, we said this was 0 degrees. Then we said this was 90 degrees. Then you said this was 180. This was 270. And this was again 360s. Okay. Now we're gonna start with radians. You said, okay, radians again, this is 0 radians. And then you said this is pi by 2. You said this is 2 pi. This is, you said 3 pi by 2. And this thing is 2 pi. These are the normal ones. You need to remember these. And it's very easy to find it. How much revolution you're going? Half. Divide that thing by half. If you're going 2 halves, divide that thing by 2. If you're dividing 3 halves, divide by 3 by 2. 3 by 4. And you'll find your angles. Okay. Now there is something known as converting from
Wait, on the left where it says 180, is that 2 pi?
Oh,
Pi
sorry.
over
Oh, sorry,
2.
sorry, sorry. It's just pi. I'm sorry. It's just pi. It's just pi. It's not 2 pi. Yes.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. It's just going to be pi. So now something we are doing is converting from degrees. If I give you something in degrees and I want you to convert into to radians, and also converting from radians to degrees. It's very easy, guys. It's very, very easy. Note here, from here we just figure it out. You just said yourself 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi. 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi. Or you can say from here, pi is, 180 degree is equal to pi. Take any of these. You will be able to find your value. So you are saying 1 pi is equal to 180 degrees. So suppose I say in the problem, from any of these, from this or either this, pick up anything you want, either this or this, it's up to you, and I'll show you how to convert. If I say you have to convert 60 degrees, you have to convert 60 degrees into radians. Okay, I know 180 degrees, so I definitely know that 180 degrees is equal to 1 pi. Since I have to find in degrees, I have to find the value of 60 degree. First, what will I do is I'll find the degree of 1 degree. How much is the pi radians in radians? What's the value of 1 degree? How do I do it is, if 180 degree is this thing, 1 degree will be, I divide both sides by 180. I get 1 over 80 pi. I know 1 degree is 1 over 80 pi. Since I have to find in degrees, first I will find 1 degree. I know 180 degrees is equal to 1 pi, so 1 degree is equal to 180 over pi.
Wouldn't that be 1/3 pi? Or
Yes,
pi over 3?
exactly. Now I have to find 60 degrees. So I multiply both sides with 60. I multiply both sides with 60. So this side I get 60 degrees is equal to what? You cancel, you will get pi over 3. Note here I will not put degree because this side is radians. So 60 degree is actually equal to pi over 3 radians. Let's do one more problem.
We'll learn more that if, what if it's over 180?
If it's over 180, I'll show you again. Yes, again you can find the same method. So let's see one. I'm going to do various examples. We'll see. Let's do 150 first. 150 degrees, again given in degrees. So that means first I need to find the value of 1 degree. I definitely know 180 degrees equal to 1 pi. I know this. We found that already. So since I have to find the value of degree, I will find the degree of 1 degree first. So I divide both sides by 180. I get 180 is equal to 1 over 180. I got this thing. Since I need to find 150 degree, I will multiply both sides with 150. I get 180 degree, 180 or times pi times 150. See what you get. You get 5 over 6 pi. Let's do one more example. I want you to find the value of negative 45 degrees. Negative 45 degrees. So same thing. Here you divide, you had 180 degrees is equal to pi. I divide by 180 both sides. I get 1 degree is equal to pi over 180. Then I multiply negative 45 both sides. Times negative 45. You get negative pi over pi over what? 3, 6, pi over 4. Negative pi over 4. That's what you get. It's another problem. Any questions so far? How to convert from degree to this? So someone had some example. What did you want me to do? Four or five. So suppose I have to find 405 degrees. Someone said more than 360, right? Let's do 405. You'll be able to do this with that thing also. So you have 180 degrees equal to pi. So what is 1 degree? 1 degree is pi over 180. If I say you have to find 405, what do you do is you multiply that both sides with this thing. So you get times 405. Calculate. You will get, what is 405? So factors, you can make factors if you want. It's like, so it becomes 360, 320, 210, 25. Okay, and then 405, if I make factors of 405, it will become 405. So I'm making factors, guys. It's like, so 5, 81, 3, 27, 3, 9, 3, 3. So I get 5, 3, 3, 3, 3. Cancel 2 3s, cancel 5. You get 9 pi by 4. That's how you cancel it. If you guys don't know how to find these, I basically make factors. Of 405, you find the factors. Of 180, you find the factors and cancel whatever you can, and whatever you are left with, that's how you find it. Any questions so far from converting from degree to radians? No? Okay. Next thing I'm gonna go is from converting radians to degrees. You will be given radians, you have to convert it into degrees. Again, I know 180 degree is equal to pi. I know I need to find 180 degrees. I know 180 degrees equal to pi. So if I say you have to find the value of pi over 6 radian. You have to find the value of pi over 6 radian. How do you do it is, now since I have to find radian, I need to find the value of 1 radian first. Since the radian is given to me, I need to find the value of 1 radian first. How do I do it is, so I know 180 is equal to pi radian, right? I don't want pi radian, I want 1 radian. So what you do is you divide pi both sides. You divide pi both sides. I get 180 degrees over pi is equal to 1 radian. One radian is this thing. Pi by 6 radians is equal to what? Multiply pi by 6 both sides. I multiply pi by 6 both sides, I will get that many. You get pi by 6 radian. Simplify. This and this cancel, and 180 divided by 6 is 30 degrees. Let's do one more example. If I say 3 pi by 2 radian, 3 pi by 2 radian. Angel,
Yeah.
let's find 3 pi by 2 radian. Can you tell me the steps?
Okay, we do the same thing. It would be 180 over pi
Okay.
equals 1 radian.
Is equal to 1 radian. Okay. Then Angel,
Multiply it by 3 pi over 2.
Yes.
Is it 3 pi over 2?
yes, 3 pi over 2. You multiply 3 pi over 2 both sides, because I want to find the value of 3 pi over 2 here. So I get 1 times 3 pi over 2 radian. Let's Simplify. Here I will get 3 pi over 2. I definitely know because 1 times anything gives me the same thing. But here, pi and pi cancel. I know 2 times 90 is 180. And then you simplify, just multiply. 9 3 is 27, 270 degrees. So 3 pi by 2 is basically 270 degrees. Okay. Let's do one more. Negative 3 pi by 4. Now, if I have a negative thing, again, I know 180 degrees is equal to pi. I know 180 degree is equal to pi. If I have to find 1 radian, I will divide both sides with pi. So I reach here is 180 degree over pi is equal to 1 radian. Miguel? Miguel is not here. Okay, Hugo? Hugo is not here. Christopher?
Yes, I'm here.
So Christopher, okay, I need to find the value of negative 3 pi by 4. How do I do it?
Okay, so you multiply the negative 3 over pi over 4 times 180 over pi,
Okay,
and then the pi's cancel,
okay.
and then you can reduce the 180 by the 4.
What do you get?
My screen is lagging, hold on. Are you writing anything, or?
Yeah, I'm
is it-
writing, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's 3 times 45 degrees.
3 times 45 degrees, which is
That's 135, but
negative.
it's negative 135.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Negative 3 by 4. Radian. So next thing we're gonna do is if we do more problems on this, I mean you can try. If I say find the value of 3 radians, you can do that also. It will come in decimals, but basically I will tell you these are what I'm writing here: degrees and radians. Very commonly used degrees and radians. You should know by heart these values. You should know already what I'm talking about. Rather than converting, you can convert, there is no problem, you can convert, but it's always better to know. It's always better to know what is what, because we will be using that so much in this chapter 6. Rather than all the time you're converting, it's better to just memorize these. Okay, if you have 0 degree, my radian will be 0. Okay, then we will talk about 30 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. Okay, 60, then 90. Okay, then you have 120, 135, then 150, 180. Okay, and then you have here again, I'm going to write degrees and radians. You can find the value yourself of how to do it from degrees to radians. If you know, if you want to find your answer in degrees first, find the answer in degrees, later convert into radians, you can do that too. And then we're gonna find degrees as 210, 225, 240, 270, 300, 315, 330, and 360. You got this thing? Okay. 30 is pi by 6. This thing is pi by 4. Okay. This thing is pi by 3, pi by 2. And if you have to find values of this thing, you will get 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 6, and then pi. Here is 7 pi by 6, 5 pi by 4, 4 pi by 3, 3 pi by 2, and then 5 pi by 3, and then 7 pi by 4, and this thing is 11 pi by 6 and 2 pi. These are like these, basically these which I've written here, they are very, very important. These 24 of these here. You don't have to memorize all of them, but you should know which one, I mean, you should have an idea of which one we are talking about. You don't need to remember all of these. Okay.
What's after 240? Is that at 280?
270.
270? Thanks.
270. Yes. This is 3 pi by 2. Yes. Okay, so let me see what's the next thing. Okay, so basically next thing we're going to talk about is unit circle. Very important topic here. Unit circle. So the unit circle is what is, so you are given this coordinate plane. You are given this coordinate plane. I will draw a, so this is my length 1. Okay, just this is my 1. Okay, from this 1, radius 1, I'm gonna draw a circle with my radius 1, just my radius, this is my radius 1. I'm gonna draw a circle. It will go like this, it will go like this, it will go like this here. I drew a circle and the radius is 1. Note my radius is 1 here. This is known as unit circle. Unit circle. Okay, so if I say, okay, if I take any point here, anywhere on the circle, I call it P. It will have a coordinate x and y. Note on the unit circle, I'm just talking about a unit circle. They are saying on a unit circle, that means unit means 1. On a circle with radius 1, they're taking any point P, which is, and the coordinates of that point is x and y. You know, there's something known as sine, and they're calling, so suppose this thing is my thing, okay, they're calling this angle as t. They're calling that angle as t. If I say find the value of sine t, you know what the sine t will be? It will be just the y coordinate. So whatever is your y coordinate, that will be your sine t. If I say find the cosine t, it will be basically the x coordinate. And next thing is tangent t. Because I find the tangent t, it is basically the second coordinate divided by the first coordinate. That's how you find the tangent t. Now there is something known as cosecant t. Cosecant t is basically opposite. You flip the sine t. You flip the sine t, you get the cosecant t. Sine t is just y. Basically y means y over 1. It becomes 1 over y. You just flip the sine t, you get cosecant t. So they are opposite of each other. Then there is known as secant t. If it's x, it will be the opposite of cosecant. It becomes 1 over x. And then there is cotangent t. Wait, you just flip the tangent, you will get the cotangent. These are the values for a unit circle. Again repeat, unit circle. That means radius 1. You can remember 1 is s, so the next c will be opposite of sine. That's how I remember. Sine, cosecant, cosine will be secant, and tangent will be cotangent. So suppose you are saying, okay, I say you are given a point P. You are given a point P as negative 1 over 2 square root over 3 over 2. It says it is a point on a unit circle. Is a point on unit circle. It's a point on unit circle. They want you to find the value of all of these functions. They want you to find the value of all of these functions. If I say find the value of sine t, Joshua,
Yep,
what's the value of my sine t?
it would be the y, so it wouldn't need the numerical theory of it too.
Yes, exactly. Just whatever is your y value, second one here, that's exactly my sine over t directly. So if I say what is my, okay, cos t, Gerald,
Yes.
what's my cos t?
It would be the negative 1 over 2.
Perfect, yes. Just the x value. Okay. Daniel,
Yes,
okay, what's my tangent t?
it will be. I'm very confusing here.
Okay,
Do we have to simplify it too?
exactly.
Or no?
Yes, we have to simplify. So it's basically the y. What is my y?
So we be square root of 3
Over 2
divided by 2
divided by what?
divided by negative 1 over 2.
Negative 1 over 2. And how do you divide the fraction is, first term you keep as it is, division changes into multiplication, and you flip the second one. So it becomes 2 over negative 1. Simplify, Daniel, and tell me what you get. So they cancel, 2 and 2 cancels, and what do you get?
Square root of 3 times negative 1. So it will be negative square root of 3.
Exactly,
I believe.
that's it. That's your tangent.
Hmm?
Perfect. And one die.
Yes.
If I have to find cosecant t,
It's 1 over the square root of 3 divided by 2.
okay, 1 over square root of 3 divided by 2. I don't want too many division signs. Can you give me only one division sign?
Square, what is it?
So you,
Square root of 3 divided by 2.
so you said 1 divided by square root of, I write it like this, right? That's what it means?
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
convert into multiplication and tell me what you get. 1
Oh,
multiply by
1 times. Okay, so 1 times square root of 3 divided by 2.
no.
Yeah,
And
square
one,
root of 3 divided by 2. Wouldn't it be?
see and one die. When you convert into
Oh,
multiplication,
2. Shoot. 2 over square root of 3. There.
you get this thing. This is correct, guys. This is not wrong, but usually you never leave a square root in the denominator. Understand this step very, this is a very important step here. Never leave a square root underneath in the denominator. So if you got here in this example specifically, I got square root of 3 in the denominator. I have in the numerator, it does not matter, but you cannot have square root in the denominator. So what you do is, whatever is inside the square root, if square root of 3 is there, whatever is the square root you have, you multiply and divide with the same square root. You multiply that function and divide with that function with the same square root. If you have square root of 3, you will multiply and divide with square root of 3. If you had 4, you will multiply with square root of 4. Multiply and divide. Okay. The reason is, in the numerator it will become this thing. But square root and square root, they will cancel and you will left with just the number 3. The reason it becomes square root this square and square root cancels, you are left with just 3. So whenever you have square root in the denominator, don't leave it in the denominator. This is known as rationalizing. This is known as rationalizing. I'm rationalizing to get rid of the square root in the denominator. Okay, let's talk about secant t. Secant t, Jose,
Yeah.
what's my secant t?
-2.
Negative 2. Because it was negative 1 over 2, it becomes 2 over negative 1, which is negative 2. Perfect. Okay, Alejandro? Not here. Axel? Axel?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me what's my tangent t?
You what?
Tangent. Oh, sorry, cotangent. Not tangent. Cotangent t. See here.
I'm not sure. I don't remember much of these.
How do you find a tangent t? Cotangent. What's a tangent t? What did you find your tangent t as, Axel?
I'm trying to remember.
It's here written here. It's here written. We just found right now.
Oh, I didn't see.
And tangent is this thing. So cotangent you have to find is if you have to find the cotangent, you just flip it. Flip it and tell me what do you get.
-3? Wait, no.
It is negative square root of 3 divided by what?
Negative square root of 3.
If it's just negative square root of 3, it is basically divided by what?
1.
1. If I flip it, it becomes 1 over square root, negative square root of 3.
Alright.
That's a cotangent. But remember, I cannot leave a fraction in the denominator. What do? Whenever you have a square root in the denominator, you have to rationalize it. How do you rationalize is, whatever the square root is there, whatever square root is there, you multiply and divide with that same square root. In the numerator, it becomes just square root of 3, and here you get negative 3. Either you write it like this or you put negative in the top, it's the same thing. You cannot leave a square root in the denominator.
Alright.
Yeah, perfect. Any questions, anyone? Make sure you write this t here. Don't just write secant is equal to negative 2. That's wrong. If I write like this, secant is equal to negative 2, this is wrong. You have to write the angle with it. Make sure that angle t is very important to write. Okay, so now they talk about finding the exact value. So they want you to find the exact value of the 6 trigonometric functions of A. Want you to find for is equal to 0 is equal to 0 degrees. B, they want you to find theta is equal to pi by 2 is equal to 90 degrees. C, they want you to find theta is equal to pi is equal to 180 degrees. And D, they want you to find the value of is equal to 3 pi by 2 is equal to 270 degrees. Okay. They want you to find the values. So remember, what we are going to do is, our end purpose is to find a unit circle. On that unit circle, we'll find all the values. On the unit circle, we are going to find all the values. Okay. Draw this thing here. I have here. I draw, this is my unit circle. This is my unit circle, means this is my radius as 1 unit. 1 unit radius. Okay. Jelena?
Yes.
What is my this point here? If I have to write this point in coordinate form, what is this point? from here to here is 1 unit. What's my x?
Your x would be 0.
X is 1 unit, right? On x-axis you're going 1 unit, right?
Okay, so would it be 1?
And y?
0.
Exactly. Can you tell me this point?
That one would be, so this time, your x is 0.
Yeah, and then again this is unit circle, so this radius is also 1.
Okay, so would it be 0, 1?
Yes, perfect. What about this one?
It would be 0, -1.
0, -1 or -1, 0?
-1, 0, sorry.
Exactly, yeah. What about this one?
That one would be 0, -1.
Perfect, yes. Since it's unit circle, I know it's 1. All of these are like, this will be 1, 0, this will be 0, 1, this will be -1, 0, this will be 0, -1. I know that. Okay, now let's talk about this thing now. So you have 0 degree as 0 or 0 degree, okay. So let's talk about just first of all, degree is equal to 0 or 0. In radians also, first one is in radians, next one is in degrees. It does not matter. Let's find the value of sine 0 degrees. Sine 0 degrees. Okay. Carly?
Yes.
Sine 0 degree means I'm not moving from this point. This is my line and this still remains my line. What is my sine 0?
Would it be 0?
Yes, the y coordinate. What about the cosine 0?
That would be 1.
The x coordinate. What was the tangent 0?
It would be 0 over 1.
Which is 0. Okay. Okay, can you tell me what is my cosine? Cosecant, sorry, cosecant.
Cosecant. Is it 1 over 0?
1 over 0. And whenever you have 0 in the denominator, it is undefined.
Okay.
Undefined. Can you tell me secant?
That would be 0 over 1.
0 over 1? It's the opposite of this thing, cosine.
Oh, 1 over 1.
1 over 1, which is 1.
Oh.
How about cotangent?
It would be x over y, so 1 over 0.
1 over 0, which is
undefined.
Undefined. Any questions, anyone? Similarly, let's see. I want to find is theta is equal to pi by 2 is equal to 90 degrees now. Okay. Anyone who can tell me where is my 90 degree? Is it here, 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 or here? Anyone?
It's the top.
It's the top one here. 90 degrees we know. We know this is 0, this is 90, this is 180, and this is 270. We know this thing. Now I need to find the value of all the 90 ones. Sine 90. If I say we have to find is Hawking here. Hawking, Nicholas. So can I have Eduardo?
Yeah, the sine of 90 is going to be 0.
It's going to be 0?
Yeah. Since sine equals y,
yeah,
and our y is going to be 0 because 90 degrees has 0, 1.
What's the y coordinate for sine?
The y coordinate is 0.
Here, see here. That's a coordinate here. See, this is a
coordinate. It's the other way around. Yeah, sorry.
It is?
Yeah, it's 1.
1.
That's it.
Perfect. Yes, it's a y coordinate. See, this coordinate is 0, 1, so my sign becomes. What about cosine? Eduardo?
Your cosine for 90 is going to be 0.
0. Okay. What about tangent?
Tangent's going to be 0 over. No, tangent's going to be 1 over 0, which is undefined because you can't find any answer for 0, 1 over 0.
Exactly. In the denominator, you cannot have 0. Okay, what about cosecant?
Cosecant's going to be 1 over 1, which equals just 1.
1. Okay. What about secant?
Secant's also going to be undefined.
Undefined because it becomes 1 over 0, which is undefined. Can you find cotangent?
And your cotangent's going to be 0.
Cotangent is basically 0 over 1, which is 0.
Yeah, 0 over 1, which is 0.
Perfect, perfect. Similarly, next thing I know this thing is here is 180. I definitely know this is 180. And I know the coordinates of this one, which is -1, 0. So can I have, was here? No. Karen?
Yes.
Sine 180.
So sine is 0.
Cosine?
Cosine is -1.
Okay. Tangent?
Tangent is 0 over -1,
which
is undefined. No,
0, 0.
0. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about cosecant?
Is 1 over 0 and this undefined.
Okay. Then what about secant?
It's 1 over -1 and it's -1.
Okay. Tangent, cotangent?
-1 over 0.
Which is?
Undefined.
Undefined. Perfect. Similarly, you can find, next thing I know is this thing is 270. This thing is 270. So you can find for 270 also. When you do it for 270, okay, can I have some, Shaira?
Sorry, yes?
What is sine 270?
-1.
Cosine?
0.
Tangent?
Undefined.
Yeah, because -1 over 0 is undefined. Perfect. What about cosecant?
Sorry, what was that?
Cosecant.
Oh, -1.
Okay. Secant?
Undefined.
Tangent? Cotangent, sorry, cotangent.
Is it also undefined?
So what was tangent? It was basically,
Undefined, right?
how did you find this? -1 over 0, right?
1 over 0.
So it becomes 0 divided by -1, which is
0?
0, yes. So opposite of undefined is 0 and 0 is opposite is undefined. That's how you can remember. Any questions, anyone, how to find these 4 things? So the first thing, so this is the main thing you learned. So the first 4 coordinates we have learned already. How to find using these 4. You know the values of these 4. How I found the values of these 4. It's just the coordinates on the unit circle. And then how to use these things and find the value of sine, cosine and all that stuff. This is the main thing we'll be doing the whole chapter 6. Okay, let's go to more stuff is, so yeah, okay. They want to find the value of, they say find exact value of sine 3 pi A, and B cosine negative 270. I want you to find the value of sine 3 pi and cosine negative 270. Okay. You're like, oh, 3 pi. Now, first of all, where is 3 pi on this unit circle? If I know where is my 3 pi on the unit circle, I know it. You're like, pi, that means they're talking about radians. So let's write in radians. This is 0 radians. Then after this, can anyone tell me what is this much? 90 degree. How do you write in radians 90 degree?
Pi.
Pi over 2?
Pi over 2.
Pi over 2.
And 180?
Pi.
And 370? Or 270?
3 pi over 2.
And then complete revolution is?
2 pi.
2 pi. I know this. Okay, these we know. Remember, these values, these 4 things to write in degree and radians is very important. You should know how to write in degree and at least these 4 coordinates. At least these 4 points you should know. Okay, they are talking about 3 pi. 3 pi, they're definitely talking more than 2 pi. So after this revolution, they're talking about something after this revolution. Okay, so I definitely start from here, I go all the way here. How much more I have to go from 2 pi? Can anyone tell me how much more I have to go to reach 3 pi?
1.5.
1 pi extra. So from here, I go 1 pi extra, I reach here. Now this point will be 3 pi also. This point will be 3 pi also. I again repeat, why? This whole thing is 2 pi. And they want you to go 1 more extra to get to 3 pi. They want the answer for 3 pi. I need to figure out where is my 3 pi. If this whole thing is 2 pi and this thing is pi, in that I add 1 more pi, I reach this point. That's how I got 3 pi. So if I have to find the values for this 3 pi here, I have to find the value of sine 3 pi. If I have to find the value of sine 3 pi, Samantha, what is my sine 3 pi?
Huh?
What is the value of my sine 3 pi?
It would be 540.
See here. So
Okay.
till I reach 2 pi till here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want 1 more pi because I need 3 pi, right? So I reach all the way till here.
Oh, okay. So it would be 0.
0, the y coordinate. Did you understand how we got it or no?
Yeah, I said 540 for the degrees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyone who did not understand how I got that thing, this point here?
I did not
Can you explain
understand
it one more time, please?
Yes, okay. So they basically are talking about 3 pi. First, I need to figure out where will I reach. I need to find my angle 3 pi. Where is my angle 3 pi? Okay. Let's see. 3 pi, I know, is more than 2 pi. This whole revolution here is 2 pi. I definitely know this whole revolution is 2 pi. I definitely need more than that. How much more? Pi more. Because 2 pi plus pi is 3 pi. I definitely need 1 pi more. From this point, I need to go pi more. Okay. Pi more is how much? I know this half revolution is pi. So from this point, I go half more. So I'm basically going like this and going extra more like this till here. Okay. And I reach this point. So again, this point on the unit circle, I'll be using to find the value of my sine 3 pi. And I know it is the y coordinate. If you still did not understand, ask me. I'll try to, explain in different way.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone who did
Isn't
not
there a way to do this in a calculator?
You can use a calculator, but the thing is sometimes they will ask you without using calculator and you should know and explain how you got it.
For calculators, you have to switch the options from degrees to radians because sometimes you like an answer with decimals, but if you try to convert it into radians, it'll give you some other answer.
That's true. So whatever you're putting accordingly. So if answer is given, your mode should be radians. If you're putting in degrees, your mode should be in degrees. You have to do accordingly. Okay. Next thing, let's see here. Cosine of negative 270. Don't just, oh, you're like, oh, 270 is here and that is -1. No, it is -270. So that means from this point here, I need to go anti-clockwise. Clockwise to get a negative, clockwise. So if I go here, this becomes 90, -90, then this becomes -180, and this becomes -270. If I'm going clockwise, I have to go, okay, first 1/4 will be 90, then will be -180, then will be -270. So this becomes -270. So if I have to find cosine of -270, it will be the first value, which is 0. Anyone who did not understand how I got this? I basically reached this coordinate here as -270 because you go from this point and you're gonna go backward now. Before we are going like this, anti-clockwise, now you're gonna go clockwise since it's negative. Okay. Next thing they want you to find is, okay, next thing they want you to find is the value of, they say find exact value for trigonometric function pi over 4 is equal to 45 degree. Now 45 degree. Okay, so this is again my circle here. First of all, where is 45 degree? Let's just talk about where is 45 degree. This is my 0. I know this is my 90. This is my 180, 270 and 360. Anyone who can tell me where is my 45?
Between 360 and 90.
360.
Yes, 0 or 360 or 90. It's between that. Just exactly in the middle here. 45 degrees. This is, so this thing here, this angle is known as 45, not that, right? So this angle is actually equal to 45 degree. They want you to find all the coordinates for this one. Okay. I'm just telling you the work, how to show the work for this one. So if I say find the value of this thing, this 45 degree, how you're gonna do it is, okay, on the unit circle. So this is my here. This is my, I said this is my unit circle. I'm just making my unit circle big. This whole length is 1 because unit circle has 1. I want you to find somewhere here, and this degree is 45 degrees. Can anyone tell me what's the length of this thing here? So this point here is x and y. This point here is x and y. Let me explain how to explain this. Okay. So if I suppose, this is just an explanation, if I draw a triangle like this, right, this radius I definitely know is 1 unit, and this much on the top I'm going y, so this will be my y and this will be my x, right? Because see, if this is my xy point, how did I reach, how much units this is my y here, okay, this is my y, how much I'm going up, y unit, so this is my y length, and how much I'm going here is x, so this is my x unit. So if I use Pythagoras theorem on this, I get x square plus y square is equal to 1. I get x square plus y square is equal to 1. But note this line here. In general, if I'm graphing this line here, suppose I'm graphing the 45-degree line here, which goes through like this. You know the speciality of this line is, in this case, my y and x are exactly the same. For 45-degree line, my y and x are exactly the same. So if you replace here, you get y square plus y square is equal to 1. So you get basically 2y square is equal to 1. Divide by 2 both sides. You get y square is equal to 1 by 2. So now I need just y. I just need y. So I take square roots on both sides. So you get y is equal to 1 by 2. And your x will also be 1 by 2. So this coordinate for this 1 over square root of 2. And you cannot leave square root in the middle, so rationalize. When you rationalize, you're going to multiply by square root, you get square root 2 over 2. That will be my x and y. So you got this thing. Once you know this thing, I can find the value of sine 45, cosine 45, tangent 45 and everything. Guys, you don't have to memorize this work here. But this is for understanding how I reached square root of 2 over 2. Because 45 line, whenever you draw the 45 line, in that my x and y are exactly the same. My x and y are exactly the same. Then when you use the Pythagoras theorem, you will reach to a point where you will get your y and x as square root of 2 over 2. That's how they got this point. So far what we have learned is, okay, so far what you have learned, so this was if this is a unit circle, this point you said is 1 0, this is 0 1, this is negative 1 0, this thing is 0 negative 1. You got this thing. Okay, and then you draw this 45 here. When you draw 45 degree here, at this point you got as square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. So these are the 5 things we have learned today. And we know this is 0 degrees, this is 360 degrees, this is 90, okay, and this is 180 and this is 270. And you can write it in pi also if you want. This becomes 2 pi and 0, this becomes pi over 2, this is pi, this is 3 pi over 2. So you can do like that, and this becomes pi over 4 also if you want to write in radians. So we are trying to make a unit circle now. We are learning slowly, one by one, how to figure out the terms. You need to memorize this unit circle. You have to memorize a unit circle. You should know where is what value. You should be able to make this unit circle and then figure out the values. Okay. Next thing, they want us to find the exact value. Okay. So the question says, find exact value of each of the expression. So A they are talking about is sine 45 cosine 180. Angel, Angel here? No? Miguel? Hugo? Christopher?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Christopher. Can you tell me what is sine 45?
Sine of 45 is root 2 over 2.
Okay. What is cosine 45? Oh, cosine 180. Cosine 180.
Cosine of 180 is negative 1.
When you multiply that, what do you get?
Negative root 2 over 2.
Perfect. You found the value. Just look at these values. Sine 45, 45 here. So the second term is the sine value. So I get root 2 over 2. Cosine 180. 180 is here. The first one is negative 1. So you get negative root 2 over 2. Okay. If I say you have to find the value of tangent pi over 4 minus sine 3 pi over 4. Okay. First of all, okay, let's see. Can I have Joshua?
Yes.
What is, okay, tangent pi over 4. What's the tangent pi over 4?
Tangent pi over 4 is equal to 180 over 4.
Pi,
That 180 over 4, that is
okay.
45.
See, tangent, you don't have to convert into decimals. You don't have to, sorry,
It's
degrees.
45 degrees.
See, you know here pi over 4 is 45 here. Okay. How do you find the tangent?
Yeah, times it by 180 over pi. Or
No. If you converted tangent, okay, you convert it into 180 over pi. What did you get this?
Or should I mean like the y over x?
Yes, y over x. So what do you get?
That's 45 would be, would it be radical 2 over 2 divided by radical 2 over 2?
What do you get that when you divide this? What is this divided by this?
It would be just 1.
Yeah, because they are the same thing, you get just 1. 1 minus, what is sine 3 pi over 2?
Sine 3 pi over 2. Where is it?
Where do you see 3 pi over 2 here?
270.
Yeah, 270. So what's the sign value for there?
-1.
So you get negative of -1, which is equal to what?
2.
Perfect. That's how you find it. Okay. Let's do one more problem here. So if I say you have to find the value of secant pi over 4 square plus cosecant pi over 2. Okay, then you need to find the value of this thing. So let's have Gerald.
Hello?
Okay, hi.
Okay.
So secant pi over 4. What's the value of secant pi over 4?
Secant pi of 4. Would that be square root of 2 over 2?
Okay, secant.
Wait, I'm gonna go back to my notes really quick.
Secant is opposite of what? Is it
So
opposite of sine or cosine?
Let's see. So that's 1 over square root of 2 over 2, which means
which is how do I write this divided by as 1 divided by what?
1 divided by square root of 2 over 2.
Okay, I write it like this. And then how do I divide the fractions? I change this into multiplication. When you change into multiplication, what happens?
You're left with square root of 2 over 2.
You flip it.
Oh, you flip it? Okay.
That's how you do the division of fractions. Division changes into multiplication and you flip the second one. It comes out to be 2 square root of 2 square.
Okay.
Which is equal to what?
4 over 2.
4 over 2. Okay, let's add at the same time the other one also. Okay. What is 4 over 2?
2.
Okay. What is cosecant pi over 2? Let's see what is cosecant pi over 2.
So that would be 1 over y. So that's 1 over square root of 2 over 2.
What is pi over 2? Where is pi over 2?
Pi over 2. I'm so sorry. So that would be, so that's 1 over 1. So that's just 1.
1, yes. So basically it is just 1. So and you get 2 plus 1, which is
3
at the end. Any doubt so far? Anyone till here? Okay. I guess we are left with some more stuff in section 6.2. I did not finish section 6.2, which we'll do on Wednesday. But yeah, that's it for today. And people, I have some few announcement. Okay, some of you who did not take tests, I want them to stay back. Also, some of you did not send me your work. I am not gonna grade you if you did not send me your work. I said that specifically. I want the work, and some of you still did not send me your work for the test.
Or email, right?
Yeah, email, yes.
Because I believe some people might have sent it to you in Canvas.
If they send through Canvas, that's a different thing. I still got it. It's okay if you send me through Canvas. I saw through Canvas also, but if you did not send me at all, neither through Canvas nor through, here, I'm not gonna grade you for your test. Okay? And people whose attendance I don't have is Woz, Miguel, Hugo, Alejandro, Joaquin, and Nick. Everyone else, I have the attendance. Thanks, guys. If you want to say, if you have questions, you can stay back. I'm always there to help. Thanks, guys. Have a nice week.
Yeah, thank you.
See you on Wednesday. Bye.
Bye, Ms. K. Have a nice day.
You too. Have a nice day.
Actually, Ms. K, I do have for my tests.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing